All right, guys, so you're going to have to remember some of your rules about multiplying exponents, okay? So here you have the example of negative 4x cubed times 7x to the fourth. The negative 4 times 7, you guys should know how to do, which is 28. And then it would be x to the third plus x to the fourth. Remember, when you multiply exponents, you're adding them. Oops, and that should be a negative. Negative 28. X to the seventh. Oops. Let's see if I can do this. X to the seventh. Okay, so don't forget that we have had those rules. They're not going away. Again, here with the distribution, you've got to be able to distribute. So you have 3x times 2x. So that is 3 times 2, which is 6. X to 1 times x to 1 becomes 1 plus 1, which is 2. And then you will have 3x times 7. So 3 times 7 is 21. Positive, so it's plus and an x. Okay. Then let's move on to something bigger. What about this? Okay, well, 6 times 9 is 54. X to the fourth times x squared gives me 4 plus 2, which is 6. And then I don't have a y on the second one, but I still have that first y, so there is still a y. Now I have 6 times no number, but there's an implied 1. Remember, that's an implied 1, so that is minus 6. X to the fourth times x to the fifth, x to the ninth, 4 plus 5, and then y times y to the fifth is 1 plus 5, which is y to the sixth, plus. So let's see, then we have that. And now we're going to have this third one. 6 times 8 is 48. X to the fourth. Y times y squared becomes 1 plus 2 is 3. Y to the third. Okay. Now, what are we truly leading to? Oh, that's what we're leading to. Okay, we're leading to something you often refer to as FOIL. Okay, but this is just a distribution. FOIL is first, stands for first, outsides, insides, inside, and last. Okay, so my first term is this x, and this first term is that. So it's x times x, which happens to be x squared. My outside, well, this is the outside of that parenthesis, and that's the outside of that parenthesis. So I have x times 8, which happens to be 8x. And then I have my inside, which is 3. And my x there is my other inside. So I'd have 3 times x, which equals 3x. And then I have my last. So this is the last one in that parentheses, and that's the last in that parentheses. So I'd have 3 times 8, which is 24. So you would see x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 24. So combining like terms, I have x squared. Those are my combined like terms. So 8 plus 3 is 11x plus 24. All right. Let's look at it a different way. I'm going to say that's a 1. All right, so I can also kind of use my distribution, so I can use the arrows. So I could have 2x squared times 4x, so 2 times 4 is 8. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. Then I will do my outsides, which is 2x squared times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 6x squared. Here's my insides. So that's 1 times 4x squared gives me plus 4x squared. And then I will have my last, which is 1 times 3, so plus 3. Combining like terms, here's my like terms. So I have 8x to the fourth plus 10x squared plus 3. All right. Sometimes you're going to get something like this. And so basically, just like before with our foiling, with our 2 by 2s, we were foiling, we might get a 2 by a 3. And that just means we're going to do x times x squared, which gives me x cubed. Then I'm going to do x times 7x, which gives me minus 7x squared. And then I'll have the x times the 2. So that gives me plus 2x. Okay, so that x got multiplied by everything in there. Now I have the minus 4 times my x squared, which gives me minus 4x squared. Minus 4 times negative 7x gives me a plus 28x. And then I'd have minus 4 times 2, which gives me minus 8. Okay, that's all the hard work, but now we still have to combine like terms. So those are similar and those are similar. So I have x cubed, and then I have 7x squared. Negative 7x squared minus 4x squared gives me minus 11x squared. Positive, and I really do cross them off when they get big like that, so I can make sure I covered everything. Then I have 2x plus 28x, so that gives me plus 30x, and just leaving me with minus 8. Okay. So you're going to get a couple of those bigger ones. Don't panic too much. Just slowly work them. Just note that everything in the first parentheses, so this x got multiplied by everything in the second parentheses, just like the 4 got multiplied by everything. If we had a third term in here, it would get multiplied by everything in that second parentheses. Another way to look at these is we could do this vertically. So that would be 2x minus 13 over 7x plus 1. Okay, this is multiplication. 1 times negative 3 gives you minus 13. 1 times 2x gives you 2x. Now we go on to the 7. 7x times 13 equals 91x, negative 91x. And then 7x times 2x gives me 14x squared. Okay, now I can just add them. So that's 14x squared minus 89x minus 13. So you could do it just like longhand multiplication and write them vertically. So you got to choose a method that that works for you. Okay. As these get bigger, maybe this vertical multiplication is way easier to do as these parentheses get bigger. Just pick a method that works for you. Email me or ask me in class if you have any questions.